Hello, everyone. Sorry, Lexi, I've not replied very like I've not wrote very much because I'm right. So I was just replying to comments here. Right, so all two of them, but we have gained yeah, we gained a couple of subscribers, so that's good. And please like the video when you come in because it helps. Hello, Nix, how are you doing? Yeah, it helps other people find us, basically. It helps other soul family that are just needing a bit of a pick-me-up in this energy, because we are still in the very last degrees of Scorpio moon, so it can be pretty rough for people. I actually usually find it not normally, well, it depends what's going on in my life. I could find it painful at different times, but I usually find it quite tiring, and I am very tired today. Like, I'm very surprised I've managed to make it here. Oh, hello, it's Nicola, isn't it? I've not seen you for ages. I'm very good, thanks. I'm tired, but yeah, I'm surprised that I've managed to make it on here and that I've got my makeup on and stuff as well, because I was awake all fucking night. So literally think I went to sleep about 5 in the morning again or something. It was because, like, I'm not gonna lie, it's like I was watching back what I was saying. I was pissing myself. It's fucking hilarious. It's like comedy. Do you know what I mean? It was funny. And pretty happy with myself. I think that I'm not being funny, but like I'm saying, see if the Scorpio moons with those tantric guides come through with the chat. It's really pretty fascinating. Because like I said, I know a lot about this stuff, but some of it is like when I was watching it back, I was like, wow, like anyway, so but yes, Jesus fuck, I don't know what was doing it early on. I had a massive wave of anxiety and overwhelm. That's interesting because I just read Lexi's comment that says something really similar about she'd only just saw what I said about Sunday. So again, this is what I'm actually, look, you're saying that for a reason, I'm reading that out loud. That's what I was, I don't usually say predicting, but that is what I do. I see the future. You know, what I felt at the weekend, I feel many people either did go through it at the same time, because it sounds like Lexi was feeling it, but I know why Lexi was feeling it from her chart, and me and her are very connected as well. As I am with all of you, but also I feel some of you will be feeling it this week. So that actually sounds like, how did you describe it? Massive wave of anxiety and overwhelm. That's on Sunday. I cried like 3 separate times, and it was just it's the twin flame unions I'm feeling, because it was like it was waves of fear of coming forward I could feel, and it was also, I could feel the divine feminine's fear of just both fears of change, and but the world collective stuff I could feel as well. And then, like I said, when I saw that thing about the video that I posted, you know, the controversial stuff, and just also, if you think about all the, I always say this, but I know there's loads of stuff going on in the fucking, you know, BBC lion shit, but there's lots of dramatic stuff right now that like is meant to be dramatic, to be distractions, to pull your attention away from the things in your own life that should be a priority over the stuff that's going on that fuck knows what it's all about. You know, it's just a big distraction. Whether stuff is true or not, it's like it's just to distract you. Basically, they're all just puppets. So that's really the truth. And that's definitely the last of Scorpio moon talking. And actually, if I'm remembering right, you're Scorpio, aren't you, Nicola? That just if a synchronicity there. I was going to say, are you Scorpio moon? But I remember, like I said, I always remember people, but I remember when I used to just tell people what their sun, moon, and rising are. And you really loved it, didn't you? Because I remember before I came off Instagram seeing that you'd, like, you know, went away and really looked into astrology and learned it and everything. So that's what I mean about, like, it's I said that last night. People have said before, I'd love to learn from you, and I'm like, but I don't know how to teach you what I do. It's I was right. Well, that's fucking, how crazy is that? That was what I would see. There you go. There's, again, if you're new, everyone is channeling. So obviously Nicola's not new and neither's Nick's, but anyone that's watching, that's really interesting, because you've not spoke for ages, have you? But thank you. Yeah, I know. I remember, because I remember. Yeah, I remember. And it was yeah, like it's just that's so crazy. Like initially I felt your Scorpio moon, and then I was like, no, she must be Scorpio. I'm not going to remember someone's moon sign, but I actually do. Like I weirdly often see people, like for instance, right? Actually, here's a good thing. I almost always see people as not the sun sign. Like I would say with you, Nick, I suppose it's a bit of a mixture, because we were, you were in a lot of my close stuff in that. But I think I actually always feel you, the Aquarius moon part of you, the strongest. But sometimes I felt like I used to always feel the Cancer sun part, but now it's Aquarius, and then sometimes the Aries rise a bit too, because again it's like Aries rises like Aries sun, but it's like, but that's really funny. So what's your sun and rising, Nicola? But yeah, that's quite funny, because I literally just said that last night, that it's like I got a lot of people interested in whether it's the moon or astrology and everything like that, and I was the first person to tell them. I mean, Tina can tell you next time she's on the chat, but I think I was the first person to tell Tina what her sun, moon, and rising moon is, because it was like, and this is what I was thinking about last night. It definitely was longer than 5 years ago, Tina, if you're watching this, but because, and the reason I know is because I've lived in like 2 different houses since I spoke to her, and it was like, that was, yeah, over 5 years ago. So like I said, I think it was 7, 6, might be 6, but if that I was, but I wish I was more Aries now, but you've got the Aries in you. Yes, that's it. So, right. Oh, wow. See, look, I'm talking about Aries rising, and there you go, Nicholas. 2 Aries risings on the chat. And Sun in Sagittarius, that's right. But you see, with you, I must have just strongly felt your moon in Scorpio. And that'll also be why you had more of an interest in astrology, I would say, like to follow it further, because Scorpio placements usually are the ones that really love astrology. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, I was just saying that yesterday, that it's like, if I ever figure out a way to fucking teach whatever the hell it is they're teaching me, then I'll do it, but I don't know how the fuck I would. But that's, people used to say to me, but just whatever it is, just do it in your own way, and I would pay for it. And that, I'm like, it's yeah, it's interesting. But right, so right, did I read all of these? So, by the way, so how good is that? I was here on time. I was here at 1, but my alarm's going to go off at 1:45, and I would kind of like, it's so cringe when I say that all last night. I was like, I'm going to go. It was like fucking 3 hours later, I'm still there. But it was to transmute the darker energies, because when I came off, exactly what I said, I saw the most, even more. Like, I'm just thinking if I could say one of them, because the titles I keep finding, it's not ones that like I like avidly follow. Like, obviously I'm subscribed, but it's ones that like sometimes like some of them will be on it, but it was like just that, like the most, like, think of the fucking craziest shit you could ever think of. And that's why I suppose some of it's making me laugh, because oh my god, there's 2 spiders on the ceiling. The ones always here usually outside. Oh my fuck, there's another one. Are you inside or outside? Fucking hell, they're surrounded me. That's like what Charlotte said yesterday. It's like a spider hotel. There's one up there, there's one up there, and there's one over there. And there's one there. And that's outside. Fuck. Well, this means something. By the way, this is about, see, when that happens, that's part of my shamanic gift, like that. That's the ancestors. People are like, what's going on here? That is the ancestors. Like, spiders are the ancestors. Like, you can say hello, grandmother, spider, grandfather. It's usually good, you know what I mean? But it's the ancestors. But also it's creative writing, and it's writing. But I think that's messages, communication between twin flames I'm picking up on, or even telepathy. But it feels like that's because it's overwritten. There's 4 of them. Maybe there's like 4 different divine masculines that are about to tell their feelings. Or the divine feminine is like, fuck this shit, I'm going to tell this fucker how I feel, and they can just do what they want with it. I need to get out. You can tell I've done that. I've fucking done it on here. But I'm also being pulled to the rose up there. The Mary Magdalene energy is coming in strong. I also connect this colour with not Mary Magdalene, but Mother Mary, like, so very soft, gentle energy. So again, yeah, I feel there is that message coming in about, I've been channeling a lot in the videos that I do, just, you know, the other ones with my hands, but I feel that if there is communication coming in from the Divine Masculines, it's about, yeah, being, you know, being gentle towards them and compassionate, and because you can still be soft and strong, you can still have boundaries, but be compassionate. There's something about that anyway. I'm just saying all the stuff that's coming in. Right. Right. So I did a meditation, I had a nap earlier and could have had another one now. Yeah, you're always going to feel the Scorpio energy. Really, really, it's going to be like so. It must just be so intense for you every time, like, because I know what you're trying. But trust me, you will get to a point in your life next, right, where you'll love a Scorpio moon. I really feel it. I mean, you might already be there now, but I feel you've not reached it yet. I feel you will just really embrace it and do Scorpio, like the things I've said to you before. I know you know what I mean. Like, you'll be embracing that part of your calling and really doing something in that kind of field. I just, but before you push through parts, yeah, it's just, it'll be intense for you. So always protect your energy. Everyone choosing a Scorpio, but like I say, I'm always really fucking tired. Like, after I get off this, on that note, actually, right, so sorry, the comments will be behind now, but I so for those of you that are just found me, or even if you're like, why are you on during the day, I'm going to be doing these lives from 1 o'clock UK time as many weekdays as I can do. So it's either going to be like Monday to Thursday or Tuesday to Friday, or even just Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I don't know. And as well as the Tuesday night, right? So on a Wednesday, I'm going to be tired. I might be sitting here in my jammies, no makeup, might just be my hands some days. But I want to, basically, I feel people need to connect with me on camera, because I know that is, that's just, people have said that to me. They want, you know, people want company, basically, in these dark times. And so when I come on, there's never really a plan, but I do want to kind of make them like 30, 45 minutes. I don't mind if they're an hour, but really I'd always be aiming to get off by the 2 o'clock, even if I was late. And yeah, and then I'll keep to the Tuesday nights, and then Thursday night I want to do a late night one, but I'll just see how I go with this, right? One step at a time. So that's a message for whoever out there as well. And but I was guided to put on an equinox. I wouldn't call it an equinox. Well, yeah, I suppose it's an equinox flash sale that I will, you know, that won't be available. Although there's some things that are similar. Like, I have got 15 minutes reading for £25. I think I've made it 23 because the equinox is 23rd. But sorry, the window's like opening, it's blowing everything about. Winds of change. But yeah, so I've got things for different price points. Like, I've done a 15-minute unlisted video, and just look at the community tab, and there's a 30-minute live session, which I don't usually do. I'll have 30-minute sessions, but they're not live. So and then I've got a 60-minute session, and it's just what it says. What I'll do in those times is I will look at your astrology chart, so have your details ready. I'll see what's going on in your chart and the way that I do it. And but if you don't want to do the astrology bit, that's fine. Like, it's just handy to know, like, why not? But just have the details, because that's time consuming. So I will have a wee look, and I'll just see what is standing out to me. So it's not the whole session, because that's more expensive and it takes hours, but it's I'll have a look at what's going on in your chart. But like I said, if you just want it to be 30 minutes of cards, or 30 minutes of just talking to me, or we could do a wee meditation, or you know, but really kind of within these parameters, because I do a lot of other stuff, and that's, I have to honor my own energy and everything. But yeah, so just to let people know, if you didn't see the community tab there, right? So the laughter night was gold. Yeah, that was just so funny. I knew it would be fit. Like, I knew they were going to make me channel about the 50 Shades of Grey films, because it was just, I was getting just so many crazy downloads, which I didn't really talk about last night, but now that we're in the last degrees of Scorpio, there is a lot of dark shit going on with some of the unions, like, you know, where there's stalkers involved, and there's because in the second one, like, you know, there's a girl that's obsessed with him, and there's just a really creepy bit in the film where she's actually got, I don't know how, when he's a millionaire, that bit's not believable, but maybe in her house, but it's like she's sneaked in and she's fucking watching them sleeping. How creepy is that? But this is hopefully nothing's to the extent of that, but I'm telling you, some of these divine masculines are very good looking. Some of these divine feminines are very good looking. And there's very unhinged people out there that get obsessed with your twin flame or you. And yes, there is an obsessive part that you're obsessed with your own twin flame, but I mean, there's all kinds of different fucking, but it's a very different thing. Do you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, that's why I suppose they keep getting me to say the Christian Grey thing, because he is obsessed with her, let's face it, but she's obsessed with him. And it just kind of works. I mean, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about single white female kind of shit. So whether it's, whatever, you know what happens in that film, whether it's the Wicker Park stuff that I've channeled about for the last couple of years and got a download about it again, whether it's the fact that I've had some prophetic dreams of late, which, it was actually I'm actually just, I'm not, I didn't foresee me saying this. This is what I mean about it. I didn't foresee me saying this, but I'm just saying it, that it's, you know, like I said, a lot of these divine masculines are really good looking, and they'll have people dotted all about the place that they know about that are really hot for them, or people maybe that watch them that they don't realise that, you know, they've just got a lot of people after them, whether they've had anything with them or not. And I just know that. I know that. And I can feel it. I can feel it about my own one, and I can feel it about like the other divine masters on the journey. But the dream I had was actually about people that are unhealthily obsessed with divine feminines, which was why it creeps me out the other night. So I'm just sort of saying, you know what I'm saying? So it's basically, it's fucking a free-for-all, and it's just, again, I really do feel that it's part of the energies that you emit. And so obviously this isn't going to apply to everyone, and I don't really like to think how it applies to me, but obviously if it was my dream, you can work that one out. And it wasn't actually, like, it was just, it was weird, different things that were connecting together about, well, actually, I did write it cryptically. I could say it cryptically again. It was like just something weird that had happened to me a few years ago. And I was like, that's weird. And I don't know how that is coming about. And it was so kind of ringing alarm bells that I just kind of was like, that's weird, and pushed it away and enjoyed the rest of my night with my pal that I was with at the time. But it was just, and this is what I mean, but the other night, it was like, my guides woke me up in the middle of the night and reminded me of this thing that happened years ago. And I was just kind of like, surely not. And trust me, it was like something out of a fucking film. It was really that kind of vibe. And seriously, I hope that I'm 100,000,000% wrong, because I don't even understand. I'm not, because I'm getting the fucking, this is so cryptic what I'm saying, but it's like, just, let's face it, it's not that unusual, especially when I've been on the internet for 8 years but it's just a bit fucking weird. And it's, so like I said, whether it's you as a woman or a man that's got people unhealthily watching or hooked on you that are not your twin flame, or you're a man that you know that you've got people, you know, that I feel with the men it's more obvious. I think they actually do get the women hitting up their phone and all that, and same-sex couples, whatever, change it for you. But anyway, like I said, I didn't know we were going to go that way, but I feel tempted to pull a fucking card because I've just been talking about that. But like I said, that's very in line with the, again, dial down the intensity, because in the 50 Shades of Grey film, there's folk trying to kill them with that. Do you know what I mean? That's a bit much, but fuck, I've seen titles out there like that on YouTube too, and I believe it. I'm not saying it's not true. I fucking believe it. You know what I mean? I believe it, but I'm just hoping to God that we're not in that collective. But who knows? Who fucking knows? It's all very dramatic. Protect yourself anyway, because I don't know where this is coming from. Right, okay. So it's coming from somewhere though. Right, yes, feeling tired energy lately. I thought it was fine and then nearly burst into tears while out walking. Oh my God. And I just read that bit after what I'd said to you. So I'm sending you love. Yes, I agree with you. The dramatic things happening. Yes. And you'll feel it really dramatically because because you're Scorpio moon. That's not an easy moon sign to have, but I bet you just see everything. Yeah. Where did we get to here? I feel my Scorpio moon comes out more than my Sag sun. Yeah, I feel it stronger than that. Scorpio energy is my favourite energy. I went on and done a show. Yes, I know I saw that. I remember on the Instagram. After dealing, yeah, it made me want to learn it. Yeah, also it's basically what I just said. That's funny. I haven't even seen people's conversations. Speaking, not dealing, for fuck's sake. Oh, I didn't even notice. Like, you know what I mean? I knew what you meant. I've been clearing lots of spiders' webs. Oh God, that's oh Nix. You know what? That's oh shit. I can't be arsed just now. I'll start, by the way, I'll start doing the Halloween deck from the start of October, right? Because as much as I don't like Halloween, because there's a lot of darkness behind it, it's like you got to keep it in the balance, right? You know, the kids love it, and there's even some adults that love it. And that, like, my niece absolutely loves, like, she said she likes that better than Christmas and that. I never was like that, but probably because I knew what was behind it. But you know, with all the shitty dark things happening in the world, you've got to just, you know, some people are not awake to this, and you've got to let people enjoy the things. It's like Christmas is all about fucking Satan and that. Sorry, I'm really fucking. Anyway, never mind. But it's kind of in the name Santa, and it's kind of a little bit. Anyway, it's more than that. It's more than that. But you know, people love Christmas too. I love Christmas. Well, yeah, I suppose I do now. You know, I used to hate Christmas, and I always say that I don't like the word hate, but I really didn't like Christmas. And I said before, it was actually to do with it was actually a lot to do with a karmic, because I can't remember if we broken up at that. But yeah, I think we were broken up, but he was tormenting me. Sorry, I don't want to talk about him. Why are we pulling in that again? See, this is what I mean. That's kind of weird. Because I just want to make that clear. I wasn't meaning that anyway. I'm meaning that I'm feeling like it's someone that I don't even really know that has maybe got an unhealthy thing with me. But anyway, there's synchronicities going on all over the place here. But yeah, it was that, like, you know what I mean? It was tormenting me with the fact that we weren't together, but also letting me know what he was doing. And that's cruel. Again, that's a karmic. And that's what I'm talking about, my karmic right now. And I was just so kind of still trauma bonded, you know, thinking it's love. And again, you see, I'm describing this from when I was a very young teenager, and I bet you I'm describing where some divine masculine women and men are still at about their karmic, not the twin flame. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, I feel as a woman, we can sense when, so if you've ever had any dealings with your twin flame, you can sense when there's someone else in their energy. Like, put it this way, like, I can say cryptically, whenever I know that I've then later heard that my one has got, like, you know, something going on with someone, I've always felt it before I've actually literally heard it. Like, I've felt his attention is off of me, and I've never been wrong when I've felt it. And then I'll have my own downloads on that, and I'll just start randomly thinking about it, or I'll be shown something. I'm like, why am I thinking that? And then I find out why I was thinking that, and it's horrible, really. And but again, it's horrible, but it depends the way you see it. It's just more confirmation of, like, you know, when that happens to me about like, that's why I know who my twin flame is, because it's well, there's other reasons, but do you know what I mean? It's because you're so linked. It's like part of my this is just too deep. Why are we going this deep? But yeah, spider webs are about witchcraft, basically. To me, spider webs are witchcraft, and that's why I am tempted to go and get the Halloween cards. I wonder if there's any darkish ones in this deck. No, we'll shuffle the shamanic ones. I can't be bothered getting up. And but by the way, when I was shuffling before I came on, I pulled that. So, and that is very in line with the last degrees of Scorpio moon. Like, I miss you. So that's definitely from the divine masculines to divine feminines, but that could be divine feminines, divine masculines. I never expected to feel this way about you. gain awakening to how much they actually miss you, or how much you actually miss your person. And my fears keep sabotaging me. That would be very Scorpio moon as well. You'd have to push through a lot of fear. And I'm going through a lot, and that's also very Scorpio moon. And I daydream about you, and you're very intimidating. Fuck, I'm getting fucking shit. I'm going to chuck that card away. There's nothing I can do about that. Or anybody else that connects with. But you can. You can be softly. Don't scare them. Don't know why I'm shuffling these. That's why I'm shuffling them. Whoa. I've awakened to, I need to do it dramatically. I've awakened to our connection. I know we have a timeless bond between us. If your twin flame texts you that, well, fucking let us know. That'd be interesting, but it won't be those exact words. I want to contact our mutual friends to ask about you. Every time I read a card like that, I'm like, you probably haven't fucking got any. Do you know what I mean? And I fucking watch it back too, because it's probably them that fancy your person, or you fancy it, or whatever the way it is. You know what I mean? Something like that. I should have believed in you. You always had my best interests at heart. My heart keeps coming back to you, even though I know you've lost faith in me. It just feels, I'm not going to lie, guys, it feels very sad. It feels very sad. It feels very sad, very sad. I said it twice. It feels 5 of Cups. It feels like regret, sadness. It feels like the kind of regret where someone isn't going to do something about it right now. Doesn't mean they won't tomorrow, because tomorrow we're in Sagittarius moon. In fact, wait a minute. We're actually in Sagittarius moon after 3 o'clock today. I don't even need to check that. I'm pretty sure. What day are we on today? We are on the... Yeah. After 3:05 today, it's in Sagittarius moon, and that's way more optimistic and fun and passion, and it's the Archer. You know what I mean? It's shoot your arrow. It's my moon, actually. It's my moon. And that's why no matter how dark the situation, I can always see the light in it. And that's why I can help people out of really trapped, stuck situations. And it's why no matter how dark things happen in my life, whether it be twin flame related or any other area of life, I can always find the humor in it, even in the really, really dark situations, or I can find the higher spiritual reason. And that's very Sag moon. I still want you, even if I don't show it. Again, Scorpio shit. You know what I mean? It's like, why would somebody hide how they feel for you? It's because they feel scared of being vulnerable. But also it's like to do with conditioning. You've been trained, like, don't show people your hand, like don't show people how they feel, because then they can hurt you. I need to figure out what this all means and what I want. I'm just not mature enough for a love so deep. Right, guys, sorry, I can't change the energy. It's all very, if people actually make moves today, I'll be surprised. If they do actually, it would be from the intense love point of it. Like, I just have to do this. But it's probably, well, actually, no. If it's today, it'd be at, like I said, if it's UK time, it'd be after the afternoon. But I'm not in the business of like, it's today. Do you know what I mean? But I feel for someone it might be, because I keep saying that. So you talking to me makes you want to cry again. Love you. Oh, so I'm sorry. I do have that effect on people. In one of my flats, I used to have, and I love you too if I don't say it, I used to have a chair in one of my old flats that every time someone sat in it, they started talking and crying. And that was so funny, because I hadn't actually done my counselling training yet. I think I was doing my college course of it. But it was like, it's always been in me. I was counselling people, like, I always say this, but I remember like a girl's dog had died in P1, like when I was 5. I was probably only 4 actually, I went to school young. But and I was, everyone else was playing and eating their crisps with their chocolate in their face and whatever you do at that age. And I was in the corner with my friend crying and her dog had died. And I'm not really too different from that person. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's who I am. But right, okay, so, or I'd be just sitting with an actual animal and know the people. That's more of me, actually. Like, I always say hi to dogs before I say hi to people on the beach. Jeez, I'm kidding, that's true. Right, so I think I need to have an Epsom salt bath. Yeah, I fucking need that too. The thing is, it's like I'm in a routine. Like, I have my Epsom salt bath at night. I don't know, sometimes I have it during the day. Like, if I wasn't coming on doing this, I might have, like, but I like to have most of the time my wee bath at night. So love your necklace. Thank you very much. I'm like, what necklace am I wearing? Thank you very much. Yes. I'm wanting to get a gold one because it's like, you know what I mean? I go between my gold and my silver, but yes, that's very, you know, that's the twin flame part of it, Nicola. They've been drawn to the ankh. Because you are on that journey too, as you will know. Because everybody that talks on here is going to be on that journey. I love Halloween more so than Christmas. Yeah. It's, you know, it's like, I love my Halloween deck. I do. I really like, see my Halloween tarot deck. I love it. That actually got me more into tarot quite a few years ago because I don't know, the images just really speak to me, but the Wheel of Fortune, that, you know, the guy's like stuck to a wheel, and it always reminds me of like the divine masculines that are stuck. Like, I'm not actually being funny, we're saying this for a reason. Go back. I nearly shared some of them, but it's quite hard to share the shorts. It's not that hard, but there's some of the shorts, like some of those fucking titles are happening right now. It's crazy because some of the titles from last October, are about seeing through the fake people around you. And just trust me, I just know that some will speak to people. I looked the other day and I didn't bother sharing it, but it's because you'll be led to whatever it is you need to be led to out there, whether it's about your masculine or whether you are the masculine. Right, so let's just see. Can I just ask something about the Katori Life? There's really beautiful gold and brass axe. That might be, I don't know that I've heard of that, but I just sort of put in the Google and see what comes up on the shopping bit. But I'll wait a minute, I'll screenshot that because the chat suddenly disappears. But because you know what I mean, I'm so fussy, like when it comes to jewelry, like I either like really simple plain stuff, or I don't know, when it comes to this, like I just want something like really quite similar. It's like this, but right, okay, so let's ask. Drawing the spider again. So we need to know something about the dark stuff. Like I said, the last degrees of Scorpio moon is very psychic detective energy. It's very deep. It's very intense. It's very strong Plutonian energy. It's very sexy energy. It's very mysterious. So I'm just laughing at what I'm saying. My Mars and Scorpio is like the late degrees of Scorpio. And actually my twin flame is the last degrees of Scorpio. But I'm not saying it because of that. Do you know what I mean? It's just it's just true, isn't it, Nicola? You've got a sexy Scorpio moon there too. It's like it's not loud in your face energy. It's mysterious. And it's, you know, it's got that kind of Keanu Reeves kind of vibe, I suppose. You know what I mean? It's like that's not my first kind of, but he's got that mysterious kind of quiet thing going on. The women do go crazy about him, don't they? Right, so it's slightly more dainty than the one you've got. Yeah, because your one's lovely. Like your one is really lovely and dainty, but for some, and it's like, it's not like I wouldn't like that, but it's like, see, for being on here, you wouldn't be able to see it very well, I don't think, with the Zoom, but it's like I kind of just want like I want a big one, I think. I'll know it when I see it, because I get guided to look every now and again, and I do like the ones with the Isis wings thing too, but I like mine was cheap as fuck. Like, I'm sure, I swear to God, that was like a tenner or a fiver out of H&M, like fucking years and years ago, but I love it. The one with the gold, it's a gold eagle, but it looks very sort of goddess Isis sort of thing. Nicola's like, oh yes. But I love dainty too. I do like kind of very, like, I like that necklace I've got again that was really, you know, it wasn't that cheap, well, it wasn't really expensive, it wasn't cheap, just like, it's just a long gold one with like a circle. I like things with just circles and that as well. I've got loads of earrings like that. Right, okay, anyway. So like I said, you know, it's just going to be a wee healing chat every time I come on here during the day. So what do we need to know about the creepy, like the dark stuff? What do we need to know? What does someone need to know? Because it's not for everyone, but it's going to make sense to someone. It's going to make sense to someone. I said that weird. It's going to make sense to someone. What do we need to know about that? See if, right, I've got my hand on the card. I'm going to scream. There's a card in this deck that gives me the creeps because it's called the Curse. Oh no, it's not that one, but it's the Child. And that's about the inner child. And I think in reverse, don't like this energy. This is actually really weird. Sorry, I'm being dramatic again, but the sorcerer, I'm always going to be dramatic. I've got a Leo midheaven. Isn't it true, Nicola? You know what a Leo midheaven means? I mean, I'm literally made to entertain, but it's true, entertain, like it's true what I'm channeling. The sorcerer. A sorcerer is, that is usually, again, that is not, that can be, that's karmic energies. That's like karmic men, really, that use, see how that fits in with what I was saying about, like, I'm feeling like there's someone out there that I don't even really know very well, that like, let's just hope I'm wrong about that. Hurry up, twin flame, because I'm not, like, I'm seriously, I did have a dream about it. And then that's what creeped me out when I watched the 50 Shades of Grey. The sorcerer, yeah, it's just, that's really strange. It is like it's like a dark magician that it's like someone that would try to bite, like, again, I know I don't like any of this stuff either. Trust me, I have to untangle it from people all the time, but I also have to teach you so that you know. I never used to talk about it before because I don't want to, like, encourage the people that maybe learn that anyway. But it's the people, it's like someone that would bind you to them so that you can't move forward with your true twin flame. So like anyone could do that. Like a karmic man could do that to a female twin flame that is not their twin flame, to stop them moving on to their true twin flame. And that's why some people might think someone's their twin flame, that's not your twin flame. That's like a karmic that is like bound you to them to make you obsessive, but it's not, and that's why I think some, oh, this is so complicated, but that's why some divine masculines could get confused and be like, no, but they must be because I'm thinking about it all the time. But yeah, how do you know that that's a twin flame journey? Like, that might be somebody doing like some serious shit on you, which is why I can be I'm understanding of when divine masculines might have been gullible enough, but it's true, to believe the actual people that are gossiping and lying and twisting things. I mean, I didn't go that deep into it, but fuck it, I'm going to say it now. There was a few years ago, right? A friend of mine at the time, heard somebody say something about me, and it was like they just made like a passing comment, but they said something that really wasn't very fucking nice, and that can be deemed as witchcraft, ironically, because it's gossiping about someone and it's being nasty. And really, I just know it comes from jealousy, because the same folk that say shit like that are the same people that will go to mediums and and talk about manifestation, because I heard the same person talking about manifestation when I went for a coffee one day in a fucking head. But do you know what I'm saying? That's a dark witch. Like, that's somebody that's being really fucking nasty. And that's a bully, basically. And it's really quite interesting too, because with, like, and again, I've had this with like a few different things, but I'm also being shown of a time in my life when I was going out with someone at the time, and someone just kept phoning them all the time, and I was like, why the fuck does she keep phoning you? And it was, again, that is like a karmic female. Like, it was like somebody that knew I was going out with someone, but they kept phoning. Again, I was young, but it was just like, stop being a fucking nippy bastard. Do you know what I mean? It's like, but I always had it in me, but I was really shy. So I was just kind of like, what the heck? And I think he kind of liked that. I was like, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know why I'm going that deep into this, but it's for a reason. It's because who the fuck would ever want to be with someone like that, where they're actually trying to wind you up through someone else? And do you mean, but some of these guys are actually taught that that's cool. And they'll torture people. It's just horrible. Like I said, no wonder I fucking said single. But there's something going on here, because I'm actually noticing the synchronicity. I need to sage, because that's pissed me. See, because I've tapped into that part that it's like, because again, I'm not just saying it, like, I really don't give a shit what folk are saying about me out there, because it'll be the biggest load of bullshit ever. They don't know me. People that are gossiping about me don't know me. They're jealous of either what I can do, or they're jealous of the feelings. If I don't know who I'm talking about there, but that could be a few people. But do you know what I mean? It is what it is. But like I said, there's that's nothing to do with that's nothing to do with me, my twin flame. Although there'll be stuff like that going on too. Because I'm talking about stuff from when I was younger that I've had it my whole life. Just bitchy girls that get really, really jealous. And that's why I connected with what people were saying last night. And I'm just glad that I'm strong and empowered enough to be like, get yourself to fuck. But except I wouldn't bother getting in an argument now. Like seriously, if I saw that one I was just talking about, or if I saw it, I wouldn't even entertain in the fake chat. I'd just cross the road. And if they try to say hi to me, I'd be like, really? And I'd walk away. So that's a wee warning for anyone out there that might think they can fling me a higher if you fuck me over. No, I'm a nice person, but I'm not going to stand and fucking talk about your holiday that you went on that I don't care about. Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. Mars and Scorpio is going in. What degree is the moon at? Holy shit. That's funny though. That's funny. Whoa. It's past, it is still hit my Mars, but I'm talking like that because it's 29 degrees Scorpio moon. Chaotic. You know what I mean? It's the Pisces element of it's all over the fucking joint. But I mean, you do fucking mess with Mars and Scorpio, do you know what I mean? It's like I'm not like that aggressive in the way that I go fucking, doing anything about it physically. Because again, that's just that shows a weakness, and it actually shows if you have to resort to violence like that, you know what I mean? That's fucked up. It's about like true strength is actually being able to know that that's going on and shake it off. It doesn't mean, it's not fair. And when I was younger, I would have got really, like I said, I just wouldn't have been able to handle it as well. But it's a different thing. Like if people were saying something that isn't fair about somebody that I love, that's a whole different ballgame. But I would be able to say the things I would say myself, like, why do you even care? Like, these folk are sad as fuck. It's like if they want to sit about and talk about you, you must be, you know what I mean? You must be creating waves. Like if they've got nothing better to do with their life. Or like I said, when it comes to the twin flame journey, if people are, oh my God, they're now, every time I'm talking about like dark witches, like black magic, I get pulled to the wicked sign in my New York picture up there. Do you see what I mean? Like, I think I'm maybe changing the perception of what black magic and like witchcraft in that way actually is. You know what I mean? Because you've got, it's all distorted. Oh, look, oh God, don't tell me your name. Connor, it's Connor. Connor only talks like every 2 months. I love it. The gossip absolutely comes from jealousy. Paradoxically, that shit tends to give me energy. The more they try to kill you, the stronger you become, and keep being dramatic, babe. We love it. Thank you. Thank you, Connor. That's appreciated. It is Connor, isn't it? But yeah, do you know what I mean? It's like, because honestly, I really do strongly feel I'm like, my twin flame's a good guy, and I've got the strongest feeling ever that, along with all the other sorts of reasons of why it's divine timing and all that bullshit too, he would not want to bring any of that crap into my life. And even when he's not with people in that, he wouldn't want to bring any of that. But I just don't think you're going to be able to do that, pal. He won't like that's called pal. I've done that on purpose. But I'm just like, I said mate last night too, didn't I? Because I'm sure, like seriously, I'm sure I did do that once he did. Like I think that was him. But anyway, what I'm saying is, it's like, do you know what I mean? No, I must have said it for a reason. If it's not for my twin flame, it's for somebody else. It's like, because I've had in loads of personal readings, people have told me it's all going to be very dramatic. Do you know what I mean? And I don't know why, and I don't fucking like it. And I hope it's not as dark as some of the films I've been channeling about. But like, it is what it is. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So anyway. Let's just, I think we need to like to say. So, but anyway, yeah. So going back to that, so talking about the film, look, the child in reverse, the sorcerer in reverse. Look at what we were saying on the chat last night. In 50 Shades of Grey, the only reason that guy is like that is because he was taken advantage of by the mum's friend. Now, this is just a film, but I swear to God, this is going to be making sense to someone. I don't expect people to claim it. And I'm being serious. If you have went through anything like that, so sorry, and you didn't deserve it, and I would love to be able to help you, but I know that would even be very difficult to come and talk about that with someone. But that has meaning. I've not even read the book. I don't need to. Child in reverse, the sorcerer in reverse. That's someone misusing their power with a child. Now let's read it from the book. The rattle and that, oh my God, there it is. Oh my God. What is this? There's the fucking card. The one I just spoke about. The curse. Look at her. That's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of woman that either know me, don't know me, wish they were me. I don't know, because I'm just using the films. Like in 50 Shades of Grey, I've just said it again. I've just fucking said it again. I've just said 50 Shades of Grey. What is this about, man? Is this for the gay twin flames? Or is this a fucking woman out there, single white female in it, that's fucking wanting a bit of me? Is this somebody that's trying to fucking be me to fucking get my fucking life and everything that I want? Well, I don't fucking know. Well, I have got a strong feeling of the ones. I'm just giving loads of different options, and believe me, I know which one it is. That's what I'm talking about. That's karmic females and men. And, you know, because it's like, I've got it to me, but everyone's got it. It's like toxic energy. But how weird is that? Do you know that this is 2 decks together? So there's 2 of every card. There's 2 curse cards in that deck, and there it is. Wait, let's get the thumbnail right, because again, we've all got an ego too, right? So like I'll hold the curse and I'll look dramatic, and I'm not smile because it's not. That's good enough. I've seen it as my Scorpio rising eye is like, I don't want to look like, I don't want the people to think that's fucking me. You know what I mean? It's like, no, let's just fucking put over there. Whether it's a her or a him, or you know what I mean, but that's creepy as fuck. Right, anyway, no more of these. The vision quest is behind it, and the hunter and the heart guy. Yeah, this is anyway, that's enough cards. Right, so oh dear. Right. I'll be deleting this after you've read it. Oh, wait a minute. Should I read it out loud? I revoked access. Wait a minute, I can read it. Can I read it out loud? Yeah, I can read it out. I revoked access to my energy by the karmic the other day when he kept seeming to creeping in, and then 5 minutes later they fell down the stairs. Oh my God. Sorry, like, I mean, I shouldn't even, that's not, was it in the dream or was it? Anyway, you can delete it now. Well, it's like I've said, I keep having, it's not just a dream, I'm a fucking prophet. I keep prophetess, rather. I keep having dreams, right? Where in my dream. So actually, see, when I'm saying this is what's kind of creepy. If the people, it's not if, the people that are trying to get to me in the astral, the dream time, right? They know who they are. And whether they stalk me that much that they watch everything I do, which I feel is the case, then this is to let them know, oh, I get your energetic knock at the door, but I see it every time and I remove it every, you know what I mean? It's creepy. I thought you meant that. Oh dear. Oh dear. It's real. Things that happen in the dreams are real. But yeah, it's really creepy because it's too many nights, right? And mornings that I wake up and I'm like, and I've had a dream, which, you know, dreams are weird, but it's like in the dream, this karmic person is appearing in my life, and it's like they're appearing to me like really kind of just victim mode, or like crying or not crying, or just victim mode, right? And I know from my training that is like from my training, my guides, but also my shamanic training, that when somebody is appearing like that, right, either literally in life or in a dream, it's like an entity. You know what I mean? It's to get you to feel sorry for them. And because we're so, you know, I'm like extremely empathic, and so are everyone that's drawn to me, really, I would say, you know, they'll play on those parts of you. And it's almost, but what's creepy, I mean, it's hard for me to describe it. What's creepy for me is there's been some mornings where, because I was, basically because it was somebody that I cared for at one point, and you can go back in the past, you kind of like, you're just like, oh, that's fine, you know, they're in my dream, it's just them. And then you're like, wait a minute, what the fuck? I was like, I'm like, you know what I mean? You're not a part of my life anymore. Like, why aren't you in my dream? Like, you know what I mean? It's really pretty creepy. So and I've had that, whether it be like, because I've had that with whoever it is in your life that's from your past, whether it's romantic or whether it's friendships or whether it's anyone. It just be aware of it. Like, you know, it's because it's really creepy. Because I feel like, again, I don't know, like to go into that too much, but I've had people like that have, you know, been that like that. I've had people that have done work with me in the past that have turned a bit single white female on me. You know, it's hard to describe it like that because when it's on the internet, but you know, that I've kind of been sucking up my arse and like thinking I'm the next best thing, and then the next thing you know, they completely and utterly disappear. And yes, there's the normal shit that life just happens, and sometimes, you know, not everybody is brave enough to speak on the YouTube chat. So everybody that does that, you're very brave, right? Because there is a bit of a something not everybody feels. I remember when there was a time when I felt like paralyzed to do that. I've spoken about it before, but so I'm not talking about that. So don't be paranoid if you haven't. Like, I like it when people like, you look, Nicola hadn't been on for a while. Oh yeah, you know, I remember your art. I can feel energy. But yeah, the other people I'm talking about, they know who and like I said, I'm not shitting you. There's a lot of them, and it's weird. It's like, it's that'll be what that is too. That'll be jealous people, like people that kind of like are sending me the evil eye because they're jealous of what I can do. And jealousy is one of the biggest. It's that, is, you know what I mean? It could eat you alive. Like, we'll all feel jealousy from time to time or envy, but when you've done enough shadow work, you just move past that bit. And again, it's like, you know, you have to really do the deep inner work to not be like that, because it can send people crazy. You know what I mean? And like I said, when it comes to things to do with love and that, like I said, I've never really understood that. Like, I've known people in the past that are very territorial over guys, or guys that are very territorial over women and all that kind of stuff. You know, there's different levels of it. But when it's going kind of like toxic like that, and it's like, you know, someone moves on and you still think that you own them, or it's like years later or decades later, and it's like you know what I mean? What the hell? Like, it's not like, you know, it's a bit different if we're talking about twin flames here, because like you said, that is your essence and you're always going to love them, you want to be with them. But true twin flames, you know, you kind of, you know, you do let them go. There are different, I suppose there are exceptions that I've heard of where you don't let each other go. But I suppose I'm just saying, I'm fucking glad me and mine didn't do that. Like, I'm glad there was you know, there has been a big fucking decades worth of a gap and all that, and because it's like, you know what I mean, it's just, I don't know, that's why I've said that before, and I don't know how people can be in the twin flames like that. It just would get really I don't know what this is all about today, and I said I was going to get off by 2. It's 5-2. Let's just read these cards and go, because this is weird. The waking world freaked me out. I gave my guides a route and said I don't want karma drama. Yeah, I don't either, but when they're fucking coming in my dreams and that, I'm going to bring it into the dark. So people that are creeping on me, whether you know me, you don't know me, stop fucking doing it, because I'm getting the message. But Lost Without You has just come on the Spotify. You heard it, the alarms on, like, it picks random songs. So Lost Without You. Let's shuffle the cards and see if it's it. I've already pulled the card, like, I don't know. My God, Jesus fucking Christ, man. I'm sure there's a reading that I've already done that's going to fit with this, like one that I've done last year or something. Right. I can picture a life with you. And they feel lost without you, because that's what the song said. And I have a plan, but you have to trust me. It feels like James Bond or something, doesn't it? I've got a tarot reading on you. Aye, some people's fucking tarot readings right now. I'm thinking of making you an offer. Right, well, this is getting juicy, guys. You're very intimidating. just threw it away over into a box over there. The box that my niece is playing. I'm not kidding. I'll pick it up after this. I'm just being dramatic. I want to come home to you. You're where I belong. You gave me love, 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 crazy love. It does. It sounds like crazy love. I'm going through a lot, right? I'm going to stop now. It's not funny. It's like I'm saying it in a funny way, but this energy's fucking nuts, man. Right, okay, so the child in reverse. The child comes to show you how you can correct the course of your life without being punished. See what I mean? So what is 50 Shades of Grey about? He likes fucking doing that to shit to people, and people fucking hitting him because some fucking old birds took advantage of him. That's what the film's about. It's Kim Basinger, so do I mean it's so again, some people are going to watch that film. Some men are probably going to watch that film and think, you know what I mean? That's I don't know, you know what I'm saying? But if you know, it's not funny. So set yourself free from the conditioning for suffering. You were born unfettered and happy, and can be so again if you make the choice right now. The child will help you climb out of the hole you may have dug yourself into to recover your sense of play. Again, someone stole somebody's essence in childhood. Again, so that can be as extreme as just outright, you know, child abuse. Or it can be things that, like I spoke about last night, that maybe things happen far too young when you're a teenager or a young kid, and you think that that's all right because everyone else is doing it. And like I said, it's there's still something wrong with it. And you really, yeah, so it's not going to be everyone, but I've certainly, unfortunately, helped loads of people, men and women, with that over the years. 48 might be someone's age. Have you been feeling out of sorts because you've been faced with your own character flaws and the pain that you inflict on others when you're out of alignment? Again, that would be someone not doing the shadow work, because like I said, a sorcerer is someone that's abusing their power, and it's just not good that it came out with the child in reverse. Radical self-acceptance is called for now. You must reconcile. Again, can I just stress, actually, it doesn't need to be sexual stuff, right? But I mean, that is what 50 Shades of Grey is about. It could be that like someone's misusing their power, like a narcissistic. It could be like a narcissistic parent, you know, it's like where it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Or anyone narcissistic around you. Radical self-acceptance is called for now. You must reconcile these darker aspects of your nature so you don't behave irresponsibly and cause more harm to yourself and the ones you love. It's time to come out of denial and accept responsibility for your words and deeds. When you meet the energy of the sorcerer with humility, this destructive power transforms into grace, which you can use in service to the highest good, which is what you do when you've empowered your shadow. You know what I mean? It's like you can go quite close, as you've seen today, you can go quite close to the bone. But again, for me to be saying things with such, I don't know, I need to watch it back, but for me to be saying things with such like a strong energy, I think it's because, think about it, I mentioned that card before I pulled it. It's because I can feel the people sending me the evil eye, the many people, and I can feel the people that are doing that to others. And so it's that is riling my, because Mars is anger. It's riling my anger placement up because the moon is riling it up too. It's fucking make me. I actually go take a nap and lie down, guys. I need to get a fucking comedy on. I think the last thing I need to do is fucking watch the 50 Shades of Grey again. Do you know what I mean? But it depends, actually. I could watch that again. I only watched it. No, I'm joking. I'm going to need to find a funny film. When you meet, and then it'll be Sag Moon. That's what I'll do. It's going to be Sag Moon in an hour. So I'll put on a comedy. It's time to come out of denial and accept responsibility for your words and deeds. When you meet the energy of the sorcerer with humility, the destructive power transforms into grace, which you can use in service for the highest good. Perhaps it's time to make amends. Do it. It will set you free from the shadows and let you step in your light. Another twist on that could be that words that have hurt have been exchanged because of inner child wounds. So why people get defensive, whether whether this is about you or your person or you know, karmic people, anyone in your life, you know, you get angry and you say things that you don't mean, because it's you're being defensive and it comes from a place of wounding. And all of us can do that. If you say you don't, you're lying. Do you know what I mean? It's like I said, even if the wrong person pushes me, I could say something I don't mean. But it rarely happens because I know how powerful my words are. Right, okay. So the 14th is significant, and because it's on that curse card. So something could be significant about a 14th. But also the 14th is the new moon in Libra. But let's read the curse card, because remember what I asked. What is this all about? That was how I asked this. Why am I channeling all this shitty energy? And then that's why I said about the curse card, and here's the curse card. So you work out what that is. There's a family curse on someone, a generational curse where there's an unhealthy pattern of something, which again, that could literally apply to every single one of us in some way. Or, and you may have healed it, but you know what I'm saying? At some point it's applied to you. Or it is like the curse of the ex. Is there not a song like that? I'm hearing, they're singing to me, this is a shout out to my ex. Don't know the words, but you know what I mean? It's Little Mix. But yeah, that can be a curse, because it's like, that's when people are like, fuck, I wish I'd never even fucking got involved with this fucker. Make my life hell. That's what a stalker is. Do you know what I mean? Or there's the stalkers that you never even fucking met, or you met them once or something and they fucking got, you know what I mean? It's just weird. Anyway, the curse refers to limiting stories of our ancestors. The karma, that's what I'm saying, the karma from former lifetimes that preordains events of our lives. Or there's also something really deep, that some of the karmic people that you're involved with romantically or friendships, right, they've been an enemy in a past life. I've spoke about that. Remember I spoke about that when I spoke about that a couple of weeks ago. Remember when I used that, when I was describing when an older woman was being a total fucker to me in a spiritual group. It wasn't spiritual, but it was, you know, a learning, it should have been safe, put it that way, a learning environment. And yeah, she was absolutely vile to me, but she was threatened. She was threatened because I'm good at what I do, and she's in the same field. And so rather than kind of like learning what she could from me in the way that I do, she just chose to bully me, or tried to. And then, but like I said, I tame those kind of people, because it's like, you'll just get nowhere near my energy. Or if you try it, like, honestly, I'm basically, see the people that do that to me, if people are sending me evil eye and wishing harm on me, or wishing harm anybody that I love, or anybody that's hurting anyone to do with anything to do with me, I send you nothing but wishing you unconditional love to heal, you know. And that might seem like I right then, but you know, seriously, to go and find the love and healing that you need. But God is watching, and I really do feel that, because I'm somebody that is doing a lot of good for other people. There can't be, I think that people get like ill, you know what I mean? Anybody that is sending me that kind of negative energy, it would probably make you ill, like ill in the mind, ill in the spirit, you know what I mean, your body, your physics, because I know that I simply just don't deserve it, and none of the twin flames do. Can we stop yet? Can we stop yet? But it's true, you know what I mean? So if you've been doing that, ask for forgiveness from God. Like, you know what I mean? Ask for forgiveness. Like, you know, your demons are taking over you. The demon of jealousy, the Jezebel spirit, the sorcerer energy, because the sorcerer's here, that's more like male energy. But you know what I mean? And it's weaved in a lot of all the modern songs and that now. Like a lot of these songs, like I don't know about you, but see the music channel, I don't watch the current up-to-date songs. And it's not because of my age. You could be like, oh, it's because I'm older. It's because of the frequency. It makes me want to vomit. And I don't even use the word vomit, but it does. It makes me want to be sick. It's like, it's a low frequency. And it's probably got subliminals in it telling folk to do fuck knows. And it's, I'm sure there's some songs out there that like are that people have been taking to court in that, because some of the songs are kind of seeming like they're suggesting rape in that in them. You know what I mean? I'm not making this up. It's like even the other day it was like I was putting on I was like changing the channels. Oh no, it was when that was it. It was when my niece was like here, and like I was changing the channel, and it was like and it was a music channel, but whatever the song was on, it was like really inappropriate for, you know what I mean? This is the world we live in. If they're not going to hear it on the music channel, they're going to hear it on the radio. And it's just weird. Do you know what I mean? But it's like I put it on mute because I'm like, you know, as much as you can protect the child, see what I mean? This is about the inner child, but this is about as much as you can protect the children from shit like that, do. I'm telling you, if I had a kid, they wouldn't be going to fucking school, and I'm not joking. That's why I've not got children, because this world sickens me with what's allowed to happen to children. That's why I took a left turn from my social work degree, because I was like, I can't do this job. I can't. Could you imagine? I'd just be crying every minute of the day. And also, yeah, social workers, I think, see a lot more than they let on, you know what I mean? But all the children that go missing and that. And anyway, I'm really digging into the fucking black hole of doom here, haven't I? So, but like I said, this is your shadow side of Scorpio, by the way, that I'm channeling. It's all the dark stuff that people don't want to listen to, but it's the truth. It is the source of negative patterns, and it can show up in disease and destruction, force, or a blockage on our creative energy. The curse holds us hostage to a false story that we can confuse for reality. Recognizing the original wound that is playing out in our life can heal it. So again, that would be like the divine masculine energies that are telling themselves that they're going to be rejected, or even if they do come forward, this person's going to break my heart, and if I'm vulnerable with them, they're going to see my vulnerability, my weaknesses, and they're going to use it against me. And that's when, you know, again, it's like when I was channeling about stuff like last night, it's like, you don't, anybody that does that, that's disgusting. Like, I've had that done to me, and no, I have actually. Anyway, but like what I was going to say is, it's like, you know, in whatever area of life you've had that done to you, right, it's wrong. So I've more had it like with friendships, like where I've had it where like people will know my deepest, darkest secrets. And it's usually through drink that, you know, they'll take it too far and they'll say something and, you know, they'll cross the line. And I've always marked somebody's card, as my other best friend, one of the ones I've still got, would say, because she'd said to me about a moment that happened with her too. I mark somebody's card. Do you know what I mean? If somebody, hello Lex, how are you doing? If somebody knows something about me and they use it against me, in a moment like that, I'll start to pull away. A lot of when a lot of my friendships broke down, it was either the day some of that shit happened, or some of them it wasn't the day. Like some of them I was friends with people for years after they'd done that, but I never forgot it. And I always was like, if you could do that, you know what I mean? You can, and that's the kind of person and like, you pay attention to that shit. Do you know what I mean? Like I said, nobody's perfect. We're all going to do. But again, I have to say as well, if you have done that, right? Oh no, now I have to buffer, because actually I can think of, like, I have helped loads of my clients that do actually do that. Like that's how they push someone away in the moment. But that's a bit more complex. Like you do that because you've been treated like that, or you were taught that in childhood. Again, the child in reverse. Like you were not treated right. I know I'll be speaking to people right now. And that's what that means by when you can bring the awareness to why you do that to others. Like it's like that quote yesterday, like, you know, if you don't, I need to look at it again because I say it wrong. If you don't heal the wound that's making you, you know, you'll bleed over the next person. I mean, you know what I mean? It's something like, where is it? It's not even funny, but if you never heal from what hurt you, you'll bleed on the people who didn't cut you. So that's why with the twin flame journey too, if you are the twin flame that is in that much pain, because even if you're not now, you've had at one point, or it might not have been that dramatic, but you know, someone usually is. There's no point in keep running from the twin flame, because there's still, that cycle is still going to keep happening with other people. Do you know what I mean? It's just going to keep going round and round and round. So you may as well take a good look at where that is coming from. And that is what the true divine masculine energies will be guided to do at some point, whether they're doing it already or whatever. And once you can look at that and heal it, and you know what I mean, you can start to not be the person that does that. So again, this is going to speak to someone, but like I said, this could be about for divine masculine energies and divine feminine if it's not already happened to you. Well, look, it's definitely happened to divine feminine, where you think somebody's a good friend, or you think somebody's got your back as a family member even, or you think somebody's your fucking like life partner, and in a moment of their weakness, the true colours show, and you're like, oh my God. And sometimes it's not dramatic, sometimes it's really subtle. I can think of moments I've had with people where it's like I've said something and then they've said something and I've just, something's just like, I feel it in my spirit and I'm like, why am I getting the weirdest feeling that something's not right here? And like I said, when you have that moment, it reminds me of in the Truman Show when he's sitting with his best friends and they're having a beer. And he's like, but Truman, if everyone was in on it, that would mean that I was in on it. You know what I mean? It's manipulation. It's like that is symbolic of, yeah, sadly, it does mean that people that are, I mean, yeah, speaking from personal experience, it usually is people that are very, very close to you that have at least one of them, but it's probably more for some. So anyway, sorry, but it's true. Right, so I think I'm going to get off this. Fuck, people, imagine this is the first time people ever caught me. They'll be like, fuck, I'm not going back again. Or some people will be like, give me more, I love it. It's the truth, but it's the brutal truth. Couldn't do it like this every day, do you know what I mean? But it's just what's coming through. I channel the energies. Oh my God, I'm tapped into the live, Claire. Can't stay long. I have a matrix meeting. Everyone have a beautiful day. Love you. Love you too, Michelle. And hello, Matrix Michelle. Undercover Matrix Michelle. Good. I got my full licensure tattoo. Oh my God, I'm so proud of you. So now I can have my own room and make my own. Yeah, I'm so proud of you. So Lexi's worked really, really hard on that. And yeah, and I remember when you were just getting so fed up and frustrated with it and everything. And when we spoke on session stuff. So that's, yeah, amazing. Well done. Right. What's the rest of this? It's time to recognize the source of your limitations. Did your grandparents live with a mindset of scarcity? And again, remember I said the spiders that are all around, that is the grandparents or ancestors. And I always channel that the grandparents are bringing the twins together. You will often get a lot of signs from, like I saw a white feather on the, I mean, I see white feathers all the time, but I saw a white feather on the beach yesterday and it felt like that was a sign for someone. So I'm saying it now. Did you inherit genes from heart disease? Were you a slave or a master in a past life? That's a strong one for twin flames. It might be something you want to look at as if is there some kind of, oh my God, that's a bit like 50 Shades of Grey. But you know what I mean? It's like, is there some kind of power imbalance like that? It might be that, you might have been something like that to one another, but you're not in that in this life. Get a past life regression, come and get one with me. Let's see what's going on, if it makes sense. This karmic legacy is ready and waiting to be seen, to be untangled and to be released by someone like me, because I fucking want to get my teeth in it and untangle it and free you from the bullshit. Go and get your true love. Free you from the 8 of Swords being stuck in your mind. Honor the players and their stories. That means players of the game, but can you see how that could sound like a player as well? Like, honor the players and their stories. It's just the story that someone was living up to, because it's what was expected of them. That's why I say very, very careful about always referring to someone as a player, because if that's all they've ever had their whole entire life, it's going to be very hard to come out of that character. Hold them in their highest version, because Lord knows mine could definitely be described as that at one point in his life, whether that's still the case or not. But I don't, yeah, that's not who I'm calling in. So we're leaving him in the past and we're bringing forward the higher self, who sounds like somebody that I have never met, actually. So I did. I met him in the few little sneaky moments that he showed me the real him, but you know what I'm saying? That's who I want. Honor the players and their stories. But I think it's kind of special with me in mind that we did meet when we were young. We had that connection, but that's what it is. You meet, you feel it fleetingly, or like I said, I'm just, like I always say, I'm very grateful. Before I knew what twin flames were, I was just really grateful that I had this magical, amazing time with him. And I feel I know that he 100% feels that way about me, but he looks at it more like, I need to let it go because it's not real. And do you know what I mean? And it's kind of like, I'm just like, I'm not letting go, I want it back. And then you have to let it go, because that's the only way you get it back. You know what I mean? You just got to let it go. Forgive everyone and everything. Craft a new life course for yourself. Wow. And now I'm going to read this for the I'm going to read this for the people that still need to learn. Be aware of your actions, act with impeccable intention so as not to create debt or karma that sooner or later someone has to pay. That's the people that are sending shit my way, people that are sending shit your way. You'll have to pay for it somehow. What you do to others, you also do to yourself and to the people you love the most. Now you have the opportunity to clean it up. That also, oh God, it's on page 29, and the full moon in Aries is on the 29th, the harvest full moon. And I keep saying a lot of unions are coming together. I'll also, and that's the 14th, and that's the new moon. So look out for all these dates. The 29th for the end of this month, the 14th, the end of the, I think it's the 30th for the one after that, the hunter moon. And that also means for the wider things in the world where people bullied or ostracized, like, well, this happened to me and it happened to people I know, for not taking the things that were being pushed on people. You know, it's like karma will come to those people because the things that were, the way that I was treated was disgusting by a lot of people. I've never had apologies yet. So, right, so now let's read the rattle. Yes, it was this time last year we spoke for the second time about being brave and taking the leap again. So, you know what I mean? Lexi is one of my success stories, but she done it herself. And it's like, you've had to put so much hard work into it. Did we do a, don't think we did we? We didn't do a journey at any point, but like we didn't do a, oh no, we did for something. This is what I mean, actually. Like, and you're not shy about shit like that, eh? So even like, you know, because go and find it. So in the playlist, Lexi's done a video before about when, what was that for, Lexi? In the community tab, which by the way, I tried to scroll back the community tab. It's not really very easy to, because I wanted to share the one that I channeled that was about a twin that's going to be healed. Their health issues are going to be healed when they go to their twin. But you shared one about that when it was like we done a session and it healed your skin. Oh, it's a oh my God, look at how much that links into what I've just channeled. This is worth being a bit later for. It was a past life journey, past life regression, and wow, oh God, it is coming back to me now. Yeah, because it was quite interesting, the things that came up in your thing. So you see what I mean? And so I can't speak because I'm not you, but normally for most people, would it have been something around it would have been something was holding you back, like something was holding you back, or you might feel stuck. And whatever it was that was resolved from that past life, it's now meant that you're able to move forward in this life. And that's how real past lives are. They really do hold you back. It's why the love is so strong between twin flames too, because you feel it. Like you feel what you had in the past, whether it's in the past in this life or the past and all the past lives. Because like I've said before, I've had really, I can only speak for myself, but I've had loads of moments with mine in the past when we saw each other, where he said things to me and I'm like, that doesn't make sense. Like, it doesn't make sense for this life. And it was always like when he was just about to leave me. Do you know what I mean? So that means something too. Like, you know what I mean? It's like I've said this before, but there was one night where he'd asked me to come and meet him. So me and my friend went to go meet him. And he was with his friend. And we went to it was all very weird. We went to some random house party. And then he ended up fucking leaving. So I think, I knows, it was okay, it was pretty drunk, guys, but it's kind of like, you know, he left and then he must have just left because his friend was like, come on, and then he left and he must have been like, oh shit, like I want to see Claire. And then so he was trying to, like, you know, he's phoning me and it was a blizzard, it was all very dramatic, it was snowing, and I was like, get yourself, fuck, you just left me in the snow, like you asked me to come and meet you and you just fucking left me. So needless to say, I don't think I ever fucking met him again. Would do it. And it's true, because there was another time he phoned me. Oh, that actually, yeah, that's sad. There was another time he phoned me and he was with two of his friends, and one of the ones that I actually knew that friend, and he was hilarious. And he was like, you have to come and help me. Like, he's doing it again. And it was just something funny that his friend used to do. And I was just kind of like, why are you phoning me though? And like that was the only kind of time where my twin flames kind of spoke to me like I'm a girlfriend or something. And I hadn't spoken to them for weeks, but it was like that was the kind of wee hint that it's like, I mean more to you than you let on. Because I was like, no, go get somebody else to help you. But again, I was only pushing him away because I'd already told them at that point. I don't know if I had. I get all confused. But I wanted more than I wanted more of them. Like I wanted to see more than just like hooking up. And but that, you know what I mean? It's like that. But now I know looking back, I never regret it, but now I know looking back, that was probably his way of trying to get closer to me. And I wasn't really so this is what I mean. That's all the miscommunication that too anyway. So let's not go there because I'm in the feels. See, I must be tapping at my twin flame because this is his kind of, you know, intense energy right now. Then we did a skin detox. Yeah, that's the one that'd be good to share. That's the next session I need to manifest, please, Spirit. Yes, we've done a past life regression as well, haven't we? But yeah, it's right. Okay, so anyway, but it's great. So these are real people saying that I've really helped with this stuff. So anyone else that's lurking or that right now, these are real people. I've not got enough money to pay people to get them to come and say this. Right. So, and I never would. I'm of integrity. So let's read the rattle and then I'm going to go. So the rattle is the spirit caller carrying the shaman's prayer to the 4 directions. And actually, the one we did last night was about the medicine wheel and the 4 directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. And with the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future, closing with the prayer, Great Spirit, may your will be done. The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our personal needs. When we offer our prayers for the highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. And notice that it's not a coincidence. I've said on this live stream, and I say often, even the people that send me the shitty energy like that, whether people have been cruel to me, cruel to my twin flame, you know, I don't usually say cruel, but you know what I mean? Just like fucking words that aren't strong enough. Anyone that's sending you shit, I mean, I've helped many people in sessions be able to look at their karmic in a different way. And believe me, some of these karmics are fucking evil and they're really not nice and they're manipulative and they do all kinds of shit. But when we journey to speak to their soul, it can take the edge off and at least can open the space for people to get the hell away from these people. You know, and then if they want to say sorry and have something with them after, that's people's call, but I would, it's not usually wise. But you know what I mean? That's why I say it's for the, you know what I mean? I never ever wish harm to anyone. I say this all the time, but those of you that watch other sort of adults, and I don't see myself as a tarot reader, right? But if you watch people that do tarot readings and that, mostly is where I catch it. And it's some people are like really beautiful people that do amazing readings. And it just, when I hear that, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake, man. When people say I return it to sender tenfold in that makes it, okay, I say it all the time, but that is fucking horrible. I don't like that. And if that's from the fucking Bible or something, is it? It's fucking, anyway, I don't like it. You shouldn't send negative energy back at people. Wish them the healing that they need and that they go and do the healing that they need to stop, you know, being like that to people. And you know what I mean? But each to their own. Some people might disagree. I know there is some fucking bits. I can't, you know, no. So the rattle comes to invite you to the work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They're very sharp and can hurt you and others if they're not used mindfully. See how that ties in with what I said about if somebody pushes me. I've said this before, but if anybody has pushed me to tell them to fuck off or fuck you or get to fuck, or it's probably my go-tos. It's few and far between. And the times that I've done it, yeah, it depends some of the times I haven't regretted saying it. The person needed to hear it and they pushed me too far. That's a karmic energy I can figure my life. And I'd just taken to, I've been too nice for too long and they were pushing me. And it was my boundaries. And other times it was either way. Anyway, do you know what I'm saying? But it doesn't really, people don't push me to do that very often at all. And if they do, they've really, really pushed my boundaries. So anyway, use might be the same. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments. You're consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is the time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression, which is a posh way of saying, do not procrastinate about telling the one that you love that you love them. Isn't it? Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. I'm leaving that book open because I'm going to title that this. And then I'm going to shuffle these because that was dramatic. So thanks for joining me again. It was a little bit longer than I meant it to be, but fuck's sake, it was a lot of heavy shit. So we've done one, but Spirit said it's the next step to fully into the future. So Spirit, yeah, I know. I hear you. I'm fucking saying name to that about things in my life too, because there's things that I need to go and get as well. I've cried over you. I fear that if you get too close to me, you'll hurt me. I think that stuff I've already channeled. So on that note, actually, people talking about sessions and that, remember I said I've got an Equinox special on right now. So you can go and look at that community tab if it's something that you want to get. It's basically what it says, what I've wrote there. It's, you know, whether you choose the 30-minute live sessions, which I don't usually have, and it will be 30 minutes, you know what I mean? And so choose either the 30-minute live or the 60-minute live. Choose what you need, because I'm going to be strict about it. Because they told me to do it to test myself. And like I said, have your birth details and your date of birth ready so that it doesn't waste time. You know, if you email me, or I might have it already if I've already done something, I can look at what's going on that's sticking out to me in your chart. And if you're not really wanting me to talk about the astrology, then you just use the time to, you know, to get some help with what you need. But like I said, it'll really just be, I could do like a bit of a clearing meditation, or you could just talk to me and I do the clearing while I'm doing it. Yeah, but other than that, and then there's a 15-minute pre-recorded one too, and there's healing in that too, so that isn't just a card reading. And then there's other just things on the schedule that are there all the time. So, okay, we're at school. I will see you later. Love yous. Right. Okay. Well, have a lovely day, and I love you too. And well done. I'm really, really proud of you. That's amazing. That's like something coming. Oh, I pulled a card like that when I came on here. That's like something coming full circle. Proud mama. And it's just funny that a lot of the people that come on here, I've definitely had past lives as your mum. Like I say all the time. I wonder if I was fucking everyone's mum on here. That'd be hilarious, regardless of age. Do you know what I mean? I am the mama wolf. Right, so what do we need to know before we go? Is it going to be the reunion or the union? There's not one called the union. The reunion, second chances. What do people need to know? And then I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow at 1 o'clock or 1-ish, but it was 1 o'clock today. And I don't know. I don't think I'll be live I don't think I'll be on Friday during the day, but oh, no, it's not, but it's interesting. It's an ancestor one again, and a grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to seed the light. I'm here to be the light. Claire means light. And you are too. And there's seeds again, codes of the seeds. The blueprint is within you. Take the next step, right? I'm ending it there. Take the next step. Oh my God, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? And look what I was saying about boundaries. And releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. I'm going to keep these cards out because they're all so. I'm sure that the next one says codependency as well. Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. Oh, this is the people going through the. Look at this. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Cracked open, it's happening for you, not to you. And on that card, I always feel it's like, look, that's all the karmic energies trying to zap the life out of you. If this is for you or your twin, but it's probably 2 years. If it's not you, you've probably moved through it. Because like I said, there's always people trying to get my energy, but I've got tight as fuck boundaries now. Releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Boom, drop the mic. That's mental. When we've just been taught, I spoke about past lives, and then someone might mention past lives. Crazy. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put a picture in the community tab. Does anyone fucking read the community tab? Because if people would fucking pay more attention to it, I would write stuff every day. that's my old soul's getting angry, but I'm like, fucking, do you know what I mean? I'm being passionate here. I want to write my channel stuff there. Let me know in the comments after this finishes, because it helps the algorithm too. Like, I'm pointing. I'm like, if you want to see more of the written channeled messages, and if I feel that enough people will put a little fucking like and comment, I will go back to I'll go back to the past. I'll go back to writing what I used to write. Either that, or I'm going to do it in an email list. So subscribe to my email list that I've been trying to set up for a long time. But no, it's only joking. I know what to do. It's because I don't want to put my address on it. I need to get a P.O. box thing. So anyway, I'm going to love you and leave you now, but I'm going to leave you with that. There's a divine plan and you need to take the next step, because that's what divine timing is. It's not about sitting on your arse and wait for something to happen. You need to know, oh, that's what the card said last night. You need to know when it's time to wait, because it's not the right time, because people are in the middle of releasing themselves from the karmic crap. And you need to know when you're being guided to take the next step. And unfortunately for some people, it's very close. You know, it's like they're releasing themselves from things and they're going straight to take the next step to where they need to go. So you're going to know if you're that person, and you've got all my love and prayers, but you're going to need to book a session for me to help you properly. And I'm going to end the session now because this has all been very intense. Sagittarius moon, hurry up. So, right, I'm going to love you and leave you. Remember to utilize the, what the fuck's my hair doing? Utilize the equinox flash sale that I've got on until midnight. Well, it's midnight tonight. Because, yeah, I was guided to put that there for a reason. And like I said, I can help people today if you need the help, and I can help people tomorrow lunchtime. And really that's about it. And then, but if you want to buy one of those things and use it later, you can use it at any point up until the end of the year. But I'll draw it at the end of the year, because you know what I mean? It's like, again, I would always have a record that you'd bought something, but why not, you know what I mean? Use it before the end of the year. And I've wrote in as well, like I had a thing once where it's like, if you want to buy more than one, you can, but like I cap it at 2. People don't tend to do that. Or you could buy like one each or whatever, but people don't tend to do that. But I just need to say that for, but anyway.